All right, let's get right into it. The world of finance, pretty much everything we know about money, is being fundamentally reshaped. And this isn't just one small change. We're talking about a collision of three huge, unstoppable forces. How we deal with this is going to define the future of, well, your wallet. So let's break down these three powerful currents. I want you to think of them like tectonic plates, grinding and shifting deep beneath the global economy. They all started in different places at different times, but right now, they are converging, and they're about to change absolutely everything.
First up, you've got artificial intelligence. And look, this is way beyond just simple chatbots or the fraud detection alerts you get on your phone. We've taken this massive leap from AI as a tool that just follows our rules to something else. We're talking about autonomous systems that can see, reason, and act all on their own. Just imagine AI not just, approving a loan, but independently managing a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund, making trades in microseconds. That's the world we're stepping into.
Next, there's ESG. Now, this whole idea started ages ago as a kind of moral philosophy, right? Don't invest in things you think are bad. But it has absolutely exploded. We're talking a multi-trillion-dollar industry standard now. It's not just a niche for people who want to feel good anymore. It's a core framework that the biggest players on Wall Street are using to figure out risk and long-term value. And that brings us to our third shift, Decentralized Finance, or DeFi. This was basically born from the ashes of the 2008 financial crisis. It's this really radical attempt to build a completely new parallel financial system from the ground up. The whole idea is to build a system that doesn't need the traditional gatekeepers. The big banks, the brokers. But here's the catch. In this new world, the old safety nets are gone. Your only protection is the code itself. So as you can imagine, governments are scrambling to get a handle on all this. And as they do, they're running headfirst into what's called the regulatory trilemma. And it really is an impossible choice with no perfect answer. It's forcing them to make some incredibly tough decisions. And really, it all boils down to this one question. This is the thing that's keeping regulators up at night, from Washington to Brussels to Beijing. How in the world do you write rules for technologies that are evolving faster than you can even draft the laws, all without crushing the very innovation that promises so much growth? It's a huge problem. And this is the trilemma they face. It's like a menu where you have three amazing options, but you can only pick two. Every government on Earth wants to foster innovation, right? They want growth. They also want to make sure the whole financial system stays stable and doesn't collapse. And, of course, they want to maintain sovereign control over their own economy. The problem is, you can't have all three. Something's always got to give. This impossible choice has basically forced the world's biggest economic powers to pick a side. And in doing so, they've created three totally different playbooks for how the future of finance is going to work. It's setting up this global clash of philosophies, and the outcome is going to affect every single one of us. Just take a look at the two big Western powers. You've got the European Union over here playing the role of the cautious rulemaker. They like to write these massive, comprehensive rulebooks before a technology really takes off, all to protect their citizens. Then you have the United States playing the innovator. They tend to let the market run wild first, and then try to apply old laws to new problems, usually through messy lawsuits after something has already gone wrong. And this slide, wow, it really lays out the whole global showdown perfectly. The EU is all about stability and rights. That means more consumer protection, for sure, but it also might mean they move slower. The US is all about championing innovation, which leads to faster progress, but, also a much higher risk of things blowing up. And then there's China. Their main goal is sovereignty and control, so they use regulation to keep a tight grip on everything, even banning technologies that challenge their authority. They get total control, but they sacrifice open, global innovation to do it. So here's the most important part. This is not just some high-level debate for politicians and economists. No way. This global battle of ideas is having a direct, and I mean direct, impact on you, your money, and the financial services you use every single day. On the one hand, these changes are incredibly empowering. AI can offer you hyper-personalized services that are tailored perfectly to your life. You're getting access to sophisticated investment tools that just a few years ago were only available to the super wealthy. And with ESG, you can actually align your capital with your values like never before. It's a huge deal. But, and this is a big but, with all this new power comes a whole new set of dangers.
Those AI models, they can be biased, creating a new kind of digital discrimination. And if an algorithm denies you a loan, good luck trying to appeal a decision when nobody can even explain how it was made. You're also facing new threats, from incredibly sophisticated AI-powered scams to the wild, wild west of DeFi, where you can lose everything in a heartbeat.
Okay, so let's look over the horizon, because this stuff isn't standing still for a second. The next wave of innovation is already building, and it's bringing with it even bigger, more complex challenges for the entire system.
So what's next? Well, we're talking about AI that's not just a tool, but an autonomous agent that can act on its own. We're talking about the tokenization of everything, your house, a piece of art, so it can be traded instantly online. And for ESG, it's not going to be enough to just report numbers anymore. Companies will have to prove they're making a real-world impact.
Now, here is a number that should honestly stop you in your tracks: 90%. According to some estimates, one single company, produces 90% of the advanced AI processors that this whole new financial world is being built on top of. That creates a brand new and frankly terrifying systemic risk. Think about it. The stability of the entire global financial system is becoming dependent on a handful of tech companies that operate completely outside of traditional financial regulation. If one of those companies has a major problem, it could potentially trigger a global financial crisis. And that leaves us with one final and really critical question we all need to start asking. As we hand over more and more of our financial decisions, maybe even the management of our entire economy, to these autonomous AI agents, who, or maybe what, is actually in charge? And who's accountable when it all goes wrong? That right there is the question that's going to define the next chapter of finance.